My name is Andrew Mcleod. I'm from Camden, South Carolina originally, and I'm in recovery. I mean, I worried my dad half to death. Just the grace that man gave me, you know. I just have all of it. I mean, he's one of my heroes. I'm just grateful that my father never gave up on me. I remember him coming down one Saturday morning, and he knew I was high the night before. And I remember him distinctly walking in my room and looking at me and saying, you know, son, how do you want me to bury you? Like, what do you want your funeral arrangements to be? And this was a couple years ago, you know, so I was, I guess, 36 or so at the time. And I just can't imagine how much hell I had to put that man through, whatever, for him to walk up to his son and ask, how did he want me cremated? Do you want, like, what my funeral, what he wanted because he was scared I was going to die. And for a time, I thought I was too. And part of me, kind of at that stage and that place in my life, that's where I wanted. That's what I wanted too. I didn't want to continue on living how I was living, but I was in so deep in my addiction or whatever, there was no way that I could stop without it, you know. The guy that I was getting drugs from, you know, he had a route where he would go out and deliver narcotics to nursing homes in the middle of the night, and he would somehow or another get like the leftovers or something, or the ones that expired. He had some kind of thing worked out with those people. So we were getting a lot of great, you know, narcotics, you know, for really cheap and selling them, things of that nature. Started doing heroin in 2013. I was living in Rock Hill, so we were actually getting black tar heroin, you know, from out of Charlotte. Ultimately, you know, I lost my job there. I was in collections, wound up losing my apartment. Everything, moved back home with my parents. In that 2014, 2016 time frame, I basically turned myself into a junkie. I didn't care at all what I was doing, just as long as I didn't feel how I felt, you know. I would inject crack, meth, heroin. I mean, I've shot up Ambien. I mean, I've done it all, just as a way to not feel how I was feeling. I was trying to fill a God-sized hole, is kind of what I said. September 2016, I was down to 160 pounds, I guess. And my first cousin died in Dallas. So many people came out for her funeral and stuff that they filled First Baptist Church in Camden, which is a church that holds 500-700 people. And I remember thinking to myself, you know, I had pretty much lost everyone. No one really wanted to talk to me. Really, my family didn't want to have much to do with me either. I remember thinking to myself, you know, there's no way with the people I've left in my life now, you know, there's no way I could even get close to having this amount of people, you know, come fill it. So back in 2016, my first cousin died. Wound up having a discussion with my aunt. She's like, you know, if her loss of losing her saves one life, you know, then this will be worth it. Then this loss will be worth it. And she was talking about me. That Tuesday after the funeral for my cousin, I called her pastor, and Lord used my addiction to get my attention, to call me home, to awaken a very much dead man, you know, to be made alive in Christ. And yeah, so I was saved that night, that Tuesday. Wednesday morning, I called Faith home here in Greenwood and got on the waiting list. Went through the program. Well, it's a joke. I always say that I graduated early. I was very much, which is a nice way of saying that Faith Home kicked me out 4 days right to graduate the first time I went through. January 18th, 2018, I was on the way to a Bible study and got a call from a guy. He, you know, when I'm having some what he called heroin up here, So I wound up going to go meet with him, got some drugs, and went back to my apartment. Did some of the heroin that he said he had. It was actually the fentanyl stuff. And picked my head up to shave. I was in the bathroom to shave underneath my neck, and I overdosed. I died. I fell out. Next thing I knew was I came to and coughing up blood. So I was like, "Hey, what are you doing in my apartment?" He's like, "You died." I was like, "Do what?" I was like, "I'm not dead." I was like, "It didn't take you." He's like, "No, we just hit you with Narcan. You were dead." So that was the first taste of that. Following Monday, I got home on the waiting enlisted Faith Home. So I went back to Faith Home, graduated April 7th of 2018, and been sober ever since. And it's just a beautiful life today. Recovery is possible. There is life on the other side of it. So just for the message for anyone who's out there sick and suffering, struggling, wanting to know where their next high is going to come from. Well, that high can come from your higher power, man. There is hope. There is life. I mean, there's everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of the doors of Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous or that rehab that you don't want to go to. It's on the other side of that phone call that you want to make whenever you're struggling, whenever you're sitting there and you want to go and use, but you know that there's somebody that you can call or whatever that'll keep you sober for that day. That's where life is, man. It's right on the other side of fear.